Have you ever wondered how an entire city could simply disappear? Not a village, not a small settlement, an actual city filled with thousands of people, towering structures, busy streets, and entire civilizations that once seemed impossible to ignore. Today, it feels strange to imagine a city being lost. With satellites, maps, and technology covering nearly every corner of the planet, it seems like there are few secrets left to discover. Yet for centuries, some of history's greatest cities vanished from the world's memory. They were swallowed by jungles, buried beneath sand, hidden by mountains, or simply forgotten as civilizations rose and fell around them. Many of these places became legends. People told stories about them, but few knew whether they had ever truly existed. Then something remarkable happened. Explorers, archaeologists, and local communities began uncovering evidence that these lost cities were real after all. What they found changed our understanding of history. Entire civilizations emerged from obscurity, revealing achievements far greater than anyone had imagined. Today, we're exploring 10 lost cities that remained hidden for centuries. These are places that disappeared from the world and somehow found their way back into history. Few lost cities capture the imagination quite like Machu Picchu. High in the mountains of Peru, this extraordinary Incan city remained hidden from much of the outside world for centuries. Surrounded by steep peaks and dramatic valleys, its location helped protect it from discovery. The city was built during the height of the Inca Empire. Yet after the Spanish conquest, knowledge of the site gradually faded beyond local communities. Dense vegetation slowly reclaimed the stone structures. The city became increasingly difficult for outsiders to find. When wider attention finally returned to Machu Picchu, the discovery shocked historians. The scale, engineering, and preservation were remarkable. Terraces climbed the mountainside with incredible precision. Temples and plazas revealed the sophistication of Incan civilization. Today, it is one of the most famous archaeological sites on Earth. Yet for centuries, it remained hidden among the clouds. Our next city was hidden by a completely different force. Deep within the deserts of Jordan lies Petra. Unlike many ancient cities, Petra was carved directly into towering sandstone cliffs. The city flourished as a major trading center. Wealth and influence flowed through its streets for generations. As trade routes changed, Petra gradually declined. Over time, much of the outside world forgot it existed. The surrounding desert helped preserve its secrets. For centuries, only local communities knew the location of the ancient city. When explorers eventually documented Petra for the wider world, many struggled to believe the reports. A city carved into stone seemed almost impossible. The famous treasury became one of the most recognizable structures in archaeology. Yet it represents only a small portion of the city itself. Even today, visitors often feel as though they are stepping into a lost world. If Petra disappeared beneath the desert, Angkor disappeared beneath the jungle. Located in Cambodia, Angkor was once one of the largest urban centers on Earth. At its height, it supported a population that rivaled many major cities of its era. The city was home to magnificent temples, reservoirs, and complex infrastructure. It demonstrated an extraordinary level of planning and engineering. As political and environmental conditions changed, the city declined. The surrounding jungle slowly moved in. Trees grew between stone walls. Roots wrapped themselves around temples that had once stood at the center of a thriving civilization. For centuries, much of Angkor remained hidden beneath dense vegetation. Large portions of the city were effectively absorbed by the forest. The rediscovery revealed a civilization far larger than historians once believed. New technologies continue uncovering hidden features even today. The jungle may have concealed Angkor, but it also helped preserve its mystery. Our next destination challenged assumptions about African history. Great Zimbabwe stands among the most important archaeological sites on the continent. Yet for generations, many people underestimated its significance. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, the city became the center of a powerful kingdom. Massive stone walls demonstrated remarkable construction skills. As political conditions shifted, the city was eventually abandoned. Nature gradually reclaimed the area. When European explorers encountered the ruins, many struggled to accept who had built them. The scale of the structures challenged existing beliefs. Archaeological evidence later confirmed the city's origins. Great Zimbabwe became a powerful reminder of Africa's rich and complex history. The site transformed how historians viewed the region's past. It revealed achievements that had long been overlooked. Today, its stone walls continue to inspire visitors from around the world. From Africa, we travel to the jungles of Central America. Tikal was once one of the most important cities of the ancient Maya civilization. Its towering pyramids rose above the forest canopy. The city thrived for centuries as a center of politics, trade, and culture. Thousands of people lived and worked there. Eventually, the city was abandoned. The reasons remain a subject of ongoing research and debate. As centuries passed, the jungle gradually concealed much of the site. Massive trees surrounded temples that had once dominated the skyline. The ruins remained known to local communities. Yet much of the wider world had forgotten them. When archaeologists began studying Tikal in greater detail, they uncovered one of the most impressive urban centers in the ancient Americas. The scale of the city surprised researchers. Tikal was far larger than many had imagined. Not every lost city was hidden by nature alone. Deep within the mountains of Colombia lies Ciudad Perdida, often called the Lost City. Reaching it still requires a challenging journey through remote terrain. The city was built centuries before Machu Picchu, yet it remained largely unknown outside local communities for generations. Dense jungle helped shield the site from wider attention. The surrounding landscape made access difficult. Stone terraces climbed the mountainside. Pathways connected different sections of the settlement. When the site gained broader recognition, archaeologists realized its importance. It revealed another sophisticated civilization that had largely disappeared from historical memory. The city's remote location continues to contribute to its mystique. Visiting it still feels like an expedition. Some lost cities remained hidden not because of jungles or deserts, but because entire civilizations vanished. Hattusa was once the capital of the Hittite Empire in what is now Turkey. At its peak, it controlled a powerful kingdom. Over time, the empire collapsed. The city fell into decline and eventually disappeared from memory. For centuries, little was known about the Hittites themselves. Their civilization became little more than scattered references in ancient texts. Archaeological discoveries changed everything. Excavations revealed enormous walls, temples, and archives. Thousands of clay tablets provided valuable insights into the ancient world. Entire chapters of history suddenly became clearer. Hattusa demonstrated how much knowledge can be lost when cities disappear. Some discoveries seem almost impossible because of where they are located. Nan Madol sits on a remote island in the Pacific Ocean. The city was built on a series of artificial islets connected by canals. Massive stone blocks were transported and assembled in ways that still fascinate researchers. The engineering challenges were extraordinary. As the civilization declined, the city was gradually abandoned. Its remote location contributed to its isolation. For generations, Nan Madol remained largely unknown outside the region. Stories and legends surrounded the ruins. When researchers studied the site in greater detail, they uncovered one of the Pacific's most remarkable archaeological achievements. The city remains mysterious even today. Many questions about its construction remain unanswered. Not every lost city was completely forgotten. Mesa Verde in the United States preserved evidence of remarkable cliff dwellings built by ancestral Puebloan communities. Entire settlements were constructed within natural rock formations. The location offered protection and access to resources. Communities lived there for generations. Eventually, the settlements were abandoned. The reasons continue to be studied by researchers. The structures remained hidden within the landscape. Their remote position helped preserve them. When wider attention focused on Mesa Verde, people were amazed by the sophistication of the architecture. The cliff dwelling seemed almost impossible from a distance. The site provided valuable insights into life in the ancient American Southwest. It remains one of the most significant archaeological locations in North America. Our final city may be one of the most visually dramatic of all. Sigiriya rises above the forests of Sri Lanka on a massive rock formation. The site combines natural geography with extraordinary engineering. A royal complex was constructed atop the rock. Gardens, reservoirs, and defensive features transformed the landscape. As political power shifted, the city declined. Over time, its importance faded. The surrounding environment gradually reclaimed parts of the site. The city became a shadow of its former self. When historians and archaeologists studied Sigiriya, they uncovered one of Asia's most remarkable ancient locations. The scale of the achievement remains impressive even today. Visitors still climb the rock to experience the views. The journey offers a glimpse into a civilization that once flourished there. What makes these lost cities so fascinating is not simply their rediscovery. It is the reminder that history is far larger than we often realize. Entire civilizations can thrive, disappear, and leave behind only fragments of their stories. Sometimes those fragments remain hidden for centuries before being found again. Each rediscovered city changes our understanding of the past. They reveal achievements, cultures, and people who might otherwise have been forgotten. They also remind us how fragile human history can be. Great cities that once seemed permanent can eventually vanish from memory. Yet despite the passage of time, these places endured. Hidden beneath jungles, deserts, mountains, and forests, they waited patiently to be rediscovered. And perhaps that is what makes them so captivating. They prove that even in our modern world, some of history's greatest stories are still waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this journey through history's lost cities, be sure to subscribe to The Travel Perspective for more fascinating destinations, forgotten worlds, and incredible stories from around the globe.